Hey Apollonauts, I just wanted to kind of give you a little glimpse into my life here in Africa. I know that quite a few people have asked me about the hut I'm living in, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of a glimpse to the house we're staying in here in Africa. So I'll go ahead and walk through real quick, and then we'll get right to those questions. Here's the entrance way. Go ahead and go up here and get started. All right, entrance here. We actually got this house for one thing in mind, actually to entertain dignitaries and politicians, because obviously if you're gonna sell a dignitary or a politician a national currency platform, you've got to obviously have your stuff together. So here's the kitchen, living room number one, living room number two, well, back there somewhere. All right, I'm gonna get to the questions here. All right. I've got to do the questions out here so I don't wake my wife up. Okay. Let's get through these together. This is kind of fun. A lot more interactive than Telegram. Okay. So question number one, will Apollo Foundation abide by Sharia? So short answer, yes. We will in countries that require it. I mean, we're not going to turn down Egypt or Saudi Arabia if they if they agree to go forward. We'll definitely abide by their local laws in terms of regulations and whatever they require, for their national payment platform. Now, as far as Apollo Cash or our global platform, we'll just have one set of regulations and one set of rules basically, and we probably won't adapt those. Another question, where will our first use case hit? Ooh, that's a tough question. I would definitely say the UAS. I actually just got back from a really good UAS meeting earlier. We've got so much going on. I would say UAS, and then probably our global platform, or like the Apollo Cash, multi-country platform will definitely be coming here very quickly. We've got so much going on. Probably, Zimbabwe will be soon after we launch the national payment platform, so that'll be good. Okay, so number three, when will exchanges happen and the 500 funds campaign? Okay, so the thing about the 500 funds, it's really targeted towards Apollo. So we definitely want to have the Apollo website up. We want to have the new roadmap up. We want to have all of our ducks in a row, so to speak. So right now we're just focusing 100% on getting those up. And as soon as those are up, we're going to launch that 500 funds campaign and target mostly Apollo with those. Exchanges. So exchanges, really the biggest thing for exchanges is definitely going to be Knox Bank. So Knox Bank is going to provide these exchanges really the only opportunity that I know of to have a secure bank account for their clients. So, I mean, it's going to be a big product. We've already talked to a few exchanges and they are ecstatic for it. So I would definitely think that, I'm confident that the Apollo Bank launch is going to be a huge kindling wood, I guess you could say, or it's going to be a big conduit for our exchange initiative. I mean, bigger than anything else. So hopefully here within the next 4 weeks or so, when we're planning on launching that. Okay, I'll try to condense this stuff. Okay. Is the tax-free accounts for everyone or just businesses? So I'm assuming that's referring to Knox Bank. Basically, the Knox Bank will facilitate accounts for both consumers and commercial. So individuals and commercial accounts for businesses. So what that means is that anyone can basically go on there and within minutes create an account. Hopefully, we're hoping to make it within 20 minutes. They can create an account, and that account is in a tax-free zone, so they can take advantage of the benefits there. Let's see here. How long after Knox Bank is launched will exchanges be targeted? So really, we're already targeting exchanges. We've already talked to several. So, I mean, technically we're already starting that initiative, but we're definitely going to hit it hard as soon as Knox Bank is launched. As far as the big ones, we probably won't go to the biggest ones until Knox Bank is launched. Okay, so how will interest rates be on US dollars in Knox Bank? So we're going to be able to provide very competitive interest rates on our accounts, on our savings accounts, and like CDs, kind of long-term holding accounts. The reason for that is that we're going to be loaning a lot on infrastructure for the UAS, which is going to, a lot of that's going to have, it's going to have, quite high returns. So question number 7, expand on crypto being able to be deposited in Knox Bank. This is actually a fun question. So basically the advantages, actually there's a lot of advantages, but the main advantage of putting your Bitcoin or other crypto assets in Knox Bank is being able to take advantage of some of the products, and I won't go through all of them like I said, but loans probably being the biggest. So essentially, like for instance, if you put your Apollo, so if you create an account on Knox Bank, you have the ability to create individual wallets. So those individual wallets can hold individual currencies. You might have one that holds euros, one that holds dollars, one that holds Bitcoin, Apollo, Ethereum. You get the picture. So essentially, you're able to put your Bitcoin and your Ethereum and any of your crypto assets into Knox and do things like get loans off of those assets. So for instance, if you have a bunch of Apollo and you still want to utilize the capital, you want to utilize what you have in your Apollo, but you don't want to miss out on the gains. What happens is you just put that into your wallet and you would apply for a loan, and most asset-based loans or collateral-based loans are approved, so you're able to basically get that get that money to use on things like a home or a car or whatever, but then also take advantage of that, the pump, I guess I should say, or the moon. Okay, let's see here. Will the UAS have its own TLD, domain basically extension? Absolutely, they've actually already applied. More likely than not, it'll be approved after they announce their first state. So that's something that I'm actually looking forward to. Let's see here. All right. Will accounts in Knox Bank have debit cards like Visa and MasterCard? Absolutely. So we do have the ability to issue cards. So anybody that creates an account within Knox Bank will be sent a Visa card, debit card, so you can access and spend that money, any place you'd like to, just like a normal bank account. So not only do you take advantage of the offshore and the tax benefits, you can spend money just like a normal bank. And that will go into crypto as well. So we will have the option to basically liquidate crypto on demand. So if you need to go, buy groceries or buy milk or a car or whatever, you'll be able to take that card and go to the store and spend that crypto when you need it, and you don't have to go and liquidate and withdraw and all that nonsense. Okay, so any innovative financial plans in the works? Assuming for Knox Bank. We got a lot. I don't have time to go through all of them, but basically we have probably the most innovative thing. I mean, within a list of probably, dozens, is the fact that we're going to work through an agent system. So basically we're taking this bank worldwide through agents, and we're also taking this worldwide through top-up cards, and we've got a lot in the works. So basically people, really the biggest thing, the reason why the unbanked are unbanked is because of accessibility, the barriers of accessibility and the barriers of usability. So even if they can use their bank account, or even if they could, even if they could pay bills using their crypto, they can't access it. There's the barrier there to access, the banking system or the crypto system. It just isn't there. So essentially, what we're doing is we're building a model that allows even those in far-off villages the ability to have a bank account, like a legitimate bank account. They can wire funds, they can get a debit card, they can take advantage of banking. You have all of these projects that are built around banking the unbanked, but there's no accessibility, there's no usability. So I guess part of what we're doing is we're just breaking down barriers, and we're finding innovative ways to do that. One of those innovative ways is through top-up cards. We're allowing, gas stations and these little shops the ability to sell a top-up card to the account. So what happened is, a person in a far-off village would go into an agent. The agent would help them set up an account. They would go through that process online, where anybody else can set up an account. They would take their deposits and they would handle those deposits and top up their account. So it allows anybody to take advantage of that process without actually having to have a branch on location. But even if that was accessible through other banking methods, they wouldn't be able to spend it. And the reason for that is a lot of them don't have smartphones. So how are you going to send a transaction how are you going to send a transaction, on Bitcoin or through a bank account? If you don't have a smartphone, I mean, you have a cell phone, a Nokia style cell phone, we're all the old school cell phone. So what we're doing to provide that usability is we are building systems within every country that allows them to access basically the USSD or SMS messages, so that basically we can take advantage of like the mobile money systems, but for banking. So not only are we breaking down the barrier of usability, we're breaking down the barrier of accessibility, because breaking down only one of those does nothing in it, But it's funny because nobody else has done even one. I mean, they haven't even tried from what we've seen. So that's probably the most innovative. Well, it's one of the most innovative things that we're doing. We have so many things outside of that, but so let's see here. How will Apollo currency benefit from Knox Bank? Oh goodness. I mean, there's a lot. Well, one of them I listed, being able to get loans off of your Apollo and that sort of thing. Oh my goodness, I mean, being able to liquidate your Apollo on demand with a card. Being able to send, I mean, and this is part of the, Apollo Cash system, but, they're kind of intertwined, but being able to use your Apollo, being able to access Apollo. So having that usability and accessibility that I mentioned, it's world changing. I mean, it's making cryptocurrency, making Apollo accessible where everything else isn't. It's making Apollo usable where everything else isn't. If Apollo is the only cryptocurrency that you can basically send through a text message, I mean, that's gonna change things, that's for sure. And then the last question that I can handle tonight is, will you get into sports betting? Basically, it's a big industry. Not for now, but that's definitely something that we've talked about. But I mean, for now, we don't really have any plans for it. There's some legalities with that, some added, and we're already a little bit preoccupied with getting our our global bank out and Apollo Cash and the national payment platforms and everything else. Our roadmap's full, I guess I should say, but it's definitely something to look into in the future. Well, guys, this has been really, really fun. I will definitely probably do quite a few more of these in the future. It takes a little bit longer than the normal AMA on Telegram, but it's definitely a lot more fun. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I'll talk to you at the next AMA.